think Yuha is stated to be able to destroy the Bleach cosmology, which is universal, obviously. Stated to be a universe.
Right. In whatever research I've done in regards to it, he says the world of the living that he's going to destroy is specifically he names Waco Mundo, the world of the living, and Soul Society, which are three realms which are all, just should be planets unless you believe that that means that like a world or Soul Society refers to an entire infinite realm, in which case what would you back that up for any of those being infinite realms? Or
I think they're at least universal in size. Like the world of the
sorry, my
living
grandpa
is
came in.
the world of the living, the world of the living, the Soul Society, and Hueco Mundo are all parallels of each other, and they're at least universal in size. Like it's stated that the world of the living is a universe, the Soul Society is a universe, or my bad, the Soul Society parallels the living world, and Yuha is stated to be able to destroy those. So he would have to be destroying the universes when it's stated that he's going to destroy those.
why would he have to be destroying the universe and not just the planets that we've actually seen in reference to these when we're talking about each of these places?
Because that's just stated that's what he's stated to be able to destroy. Like it's not like he's just gonna blow up the planet and then the universe is gonna get destroyed. It just says that he's going to destroy the Hueco Mundo, the Soul Society, and then the universe.
No, he said
Hueco Mundo, and then.
So I'll find this scan just so that we're on the same page, and then maybe you can find a different one. Do you want to put any stipulations on like finding scans? I think that's kind of asinine. That's up to you, though.
Oh no,
I got a question.
That's fine. I don't think they're gonna take like an absurd amount of time to find scans.
Yeah, I just gotta remember what chapter is. Do you know what chapter it is when Ichigo and Yuha fights, like 7 something or 6?
It should be 600 something.
6 like 70 or 80s, right?
It's like the last 10 chapters where it's stated.
The fight start like Ichigo versus Yuha.
Got a
like,
question.
It starts in like 6.
SRW, just hold ass up, bro.
Like that.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry,
Appreciate it.
I'm just waiting. That's all. Yeah, Reggie.
Scan.
Am I able to ask you a quick?
Okay, so while I'm looking for the scan, I'm just gonna put up a basic like idea of why I disagree. Right? We very much see like the narrative of the series obviously does not imply anything near planetary until after the Soul Society arc, where Shinji tells Ichigo that his like spiritual pressure is starting to go across the world, or is strong enough to be felt across the world, which I think is shows a consistent planetary level, or at least shows a planetary level at the semi start of the series. And then you can go on all the way until the Stern Ritter or the Thousand Year Blood War arc, where characters who are like top tiers in the verse, like Yamamoto and Shusui, like they're still hyping up like the fact that Yamamoto is planetary, which he's supposed to be like one of the gods of the verse. So I think it stands that the verse like goes anywhere between like planetary to like high planetary to star, depending on how you think the multipliers work. But they definitely don't like. There's nothing that really shows uni levels besides like one statement from your watch.
I don't really think that matters. Like stated to be able to destroy the universe, then obviously should be able to destroy the universe unless there's a contradiction, a direct contradiction, not just this hasn't been stated before, therefore
Okay. So do you think that it is purely through AP that your watch is able to be scaled to that level?
he should be able to like use DC to destroy the universe. I don't think they would just be sitting there waiting like thousands of years to destroy the universe.
Right. Yeah. I didn't mean it that way. Okay. So he does state that, but this is like, so if he was not strong enough to do that, why did he have to get the Soul King? So my argument is that it's based on the Soul King, and the Rayo obviously is, through whatever means he created the verse, is able to control it, and that's why Yuwatch had to go and get the Rayo in order to destroy the universe. It's just like the Occam's razor would that be is that he just naturally governs the universe and has manipulative abilities over it.
I don't think that debunks it being like universal. He just has manipulation over like the entire universe. He just has manipulation over everything on a universal scale. Therefore, he just has like control over everything on a universal scale. That's just a universal feat.
Yeah,
It's
via.
not like,
go ahead.
It's not like via hacks. Well, even if it was via hacks, he's doing it via like the versus hacks, which is spiritual pressure. Or my bad, spiritual energy.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Would scale to his AP. So like a Bleach character would be universal. That Bleach character would be Yuha, so he would be universal. Ichigo would scale to Yuha in terms of AP and speed, like they can clash sword swings and whatnot. Like Yuha says that he like can't hold back against Ichigo, and he has to use like the Almighty to set up traps in the future against Ichigo. So,
Oh no.
like, yeah.
So why would Yuwatch's ability is very obviously to change the future and to affect the future. So why would this not be a hack's ability and actually scale to AP if he isn't, if he is just changing the future, right? Does that, why would that count as like an actual AP feat? Like it's more akin, right? Because he doesn't just defeat Ichigo, right? He does the thing to Renji. He's like, all right, I've broken all the Bankai, and then he still has to break Ichigo's Bankai individually afterwards. So the statement is fallacious because or vacuous because he just doesn't actually delete all the Bankai. He says he does, and then he doesn't. So obviously, the things that he says can't 100% be like counted on. I can give you the scan for that, like him breaking Renji and then Ichigo trying to unleash his Bankai afterwards. So I think his ability seems more like he can just pick and choose what he changes, but not really all at once. Because his what he says happen doesn't actually happen.
What do you mean by that?
Just the Renji example, like he says, all Bankai are gone. Like I've deleted all Bankai from the future, and then Ichigo still unleashes Bankai, and then he individually has to get rid of Ichigo's Bankai.
I do not remember this thing that you're talking about.
I'll get the thing.
Yeah.
I'm just going through the chapters right now. So here is here's the first scan about him saying that he's going to destroy Soul Society specifically, and not that he's going to, or Soul Society and the world specifically, and not that he's actually going to destroy the universe. Um, and let me just go get the Renji one. I was just going through the chapters. Sorry, I just had to get it all in order.
Oh yeah, the Soul Society is just like what's it called? The entire afterlife.
Yeah, which
Like
is a
saying
planet.
that no, it's not a planet. It's like the entire universe, or the entire parallel universe, or the entire what's the word? Place that is paralleled with the entirety of the human universe. It's not like it's not like what's it called? The Soul Society has other things other than just like a planet. It has like stars and whatnot in it.
Yeah, but we don't see anyone like living on other planets. Why would they be referring to the stars outside of the actual place that is the soul? Like the Soul Society is where the soul. Like, do we have a confirmation that they're inhabiting other planets as well? That there is like
Um,
life on other planets in the Bleachverse?
I'm not saying that there are. I'm saying that Yuha is destroying all of those. Because he just says in this very same scan that you sent that he is destroying all of these.
He says he's destroying Soul Society, which
Yeah.
right, right.
Which has all of these other stars and planets, and it's paralleled with the human world, which has other stars and planets, and it is a parallel universe. And it is a universe, rather.
Sorry, 1 second. Yeah. I was wrong about my Renji point, so I concede that one.
All right.
I want to propose Occam's razor for this, but I don't think it actually really works here. Like you, I assume you know what Occam's razor is. So
Yeah. Ugh.
do you have any scans that directly states that Soul Society refers to every including the stars and other planets in it?
I have scans showing that Soul Society is just a parallel universe, and what's it called? I can show you that the Soul Society just does have stars in it. You want me to show
Right.
that?
Yeah, I mean, I know that Soul Society has stars in it. I think the Occam, right? Like my argument is, I guess, multi-layered, right? The Occam's razor to me is, I know obviously the scan says Soul Society. I think to me, Occam's razor would dictate that by Soul Society, it is referring to the world that they're on because it's a parallel of the world of the living, and we don't have any confirmation that the world of the living extends outside of their parallel Earth because we don't have confirmation of life on other planets in the Bleachverse. If we did, then I would probably agree with it more. But Occam's razor, right, with feats that support or rather statements and characters giving a shit about planet level abilities throughout the series, as well as Yamamoto also being stated to going to destroy the Soul Society, right? Which again would just they say verbatim. I'll go find the chapter if you want. He's going to destroy the planet with just his spiritual pressure. So that is consistency. Go ahead.
That's multi-continental, and that's DC, not AP. I don't think Yamamoto destroying or being said to be able to destroy the Soul Society is planetary even. It's multi-continental. He's not overcoming any GB by destroying the Soul Society. And what's it called? What was I about to say? Oh, I lost my train of thought. And yeah, I just think that that's DC, not AP, so I don't really think that that really matters. Also, I think Yuha is just massively stronger than this Yamamoto, so there's that too.
That's fair. That is he is. So I guess this argument really predicates on, right, if you interpret world of the living to mean a planet or an entire infinite universe, right?
I don't think it means infinite universe. I just think
Or
it means
universe.
a baseline universe-sized universe. Yeah.
Yeah. Parallel to our own, I would assume.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any other arguments for why it would be universal?
Not off the top of my head, no. Just Yuha's destroying the universe. Universe-sized.
Okay. This hasn't been too productive, but I think it's interpretation, and I believe that right, because we don't see things going into an intergalactic level or any type of real portrayal of say this is reaching this other planet, or this power is reaching across the universe. It doesn't support the ability what's being shown here. So I suppose my argument is that this is an outlier in comparison to what is like portrayed in the series, including in the final arc, and just like his final statement is a final state is you know at the end of the series for one panel and is incredibly ambiguous if you interpret it in a slightly different way. So I don't really think it supports universal scaling.
I don't really think that like outlier arguments are really the strongest at all. I think it's just like I think if you're arguing like a comic, maybe sure you can argue like an outlier for like comic that's written by like 6 different people. Sure, I don't really care then. Sure, if it's like a comic written by like 6 different people and it's like 5 different versions of the character, I don't really care. But this is like a manga written by like one guy, and it's like 1 feet at the end of the series, portraying like one certain level. If it's not contradicted and it's not like outlandishly like it's just not really contradicted or anything, it's not like I don't think outlier arguments are really the strongest or really even feasibly good in this case, like at all.
Why not? Because like that's
It's
just
just-
consistent. It's just consistency versus like inconsistency, right? If the mangaka the whole way through is like has not gone beyond like right planetary hype, like, and then this statement can even be assigned to just a planetary sized realm, that is more consistent than going with the outlier of going from planetary to universal within like literally 2 battles.
Okay, he has a universal fee, a universal statement. It's like you agreeing that it's universal, but saying that it's not consistent. So it's just like, yeah, it's
I mean,
universal, but I just don't agree that it's consistent.
I'm not agreeing that it's universal. I'm agreeing that he's going to destroy the world of the living in Soul Society, which I think are planets.
Well, I obviously think that they're like universals based off of everything that's shown. Like they're stated to be parallel to each other. The world of the living is stated to be a universe. We see like that it's stated to be a universe multiple different times throughout the manga.
Well, we know that it exists in a universe. We know that Earth exists in a universe, which is the world as in planet. They don't say universe of the living or even realm of the living, like they say world of the living, as in like, you think of planets when you think of the word world, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they say world of the living, like it's the world of the living.
yeah.
But
So would the word world not like, you know, eh, go for like Occam's razor would dictate like the world that we see them on, where we see
Yeah,
living beings.
I'm not disagreeing that it is a planet that they're living on. I'm saying that it's not a parallel world. Like the world, or rather the Soul Society is not a parallel world is absurd. Like Yuha has stated that he's going to destroy an entire universe.
He just says Soul Society in the scan that I
Yes,
provided.
and the Soul Society as a whole is a universe. And the world of the living.
Again, like that doesn't really hold up because you're saying that the word Soul Society refers to a universe. That doesn't hold up to the fact that it's never like they're never past the world. So like
What do you mean?
I think this is, a pretty cut and dry Occam's razor, but I obviously were disagreeing.
Yeah, it's like the world of the living is obviously like it refers to not only just the planet, but like entire world where they are. Like, it can refer to the planet, obviously, the world that they're in, but it can refer to what's it called? The universe that they're in.
When has it
Can
ever
refer to
when has it ever referred to like a universe that they're in? When does it ever refer when they say, right, world of the living, when have they ever like actually meant that as anything besides the planet Earth in the Bleach verse?
can show that, sure. I sent the scan.
Yep, I see. I don't see anything that refers to non-Earth here.
He's saying the human world is where, like, do you not see what the implication would be? The human world is for the living, dead souls gather in the soul society. These two worlds are parallel to each other and are the two sides of one coin.
Yeah, the planet that we see.
Not well. It can't just be the planets.
Why not?
It literally can't just be the planets, because like we see that the soul society can just refer, or the soul society doesn't just refer to the what's it called, the soul society doesn't just refer to the planet. I don't know if planet's the right word. The soul society doesn't just refer to the planet.
I'm not sure, like how
the
that's
soul
worded.
society has stars and whatnot.
Yeah, it does have stars, but when we never go to another planet. We never go to another star.
Okay, but us not going there isn't really relevant.
But they're not referring to it like when they say world of the living, they're referring to Earth. That's relevant.
But why are you getting that interpretation? Like, the world of the living is like the entire world of the living, where the like I don't know where. Like, are you not aware that that's where I can show you where Rukia initially explains that, if you're not aware of that? I thought you were aware that Rukia explains that in like chapter, I think like 50.
Oh, the universal statement from Rukia?
Yeah.
I always forget that one. Fuck. I always fucking forget that. I concede.
Yeah.
I always forget that one. Fuck.
You lost, nigga.
I've been working on a counter argument for that
Nigga,
one,
you
but I
lost.
still
How you
can't
lose,
come up with
nigga?
it. I concede.